Now, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has stated that Israel will make its own decisions about how to defend itself. This as Western countries are urging for restraint in responding to a volley of attacks from Iran. Reports suggest Netanyahu acts pre-approved plans for immediate Iran reprisal after Biden's call. As per the public broadcaster, it stated that Israeli leadership had approved a series of possible responses depending on the scope of the Iranian strikes. The responses were slated to be carried out immediately following the direct attack by Tehran. However, Netanyahu shelved the plans after speaking with US President Joe Biden shortly after the Iranian salvo. President Raisi has warned that the tiniest invasion by Israel would bring a massive and harsh response. Iran marked its National Army Day with a parade showcasing its weapons at a military base in Tehran with heightened security around the venue. Given the tense backdrop in the wake of Iran's retaliatory strikes against Israel, stricter measures were put in place. Live broadcasting was restricted and camera crew were also limited. Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi and several high-ranking military officials were present at the parade. The Israeli Prime Minister, on the other hand, thanked visiting foreign ministers of Germany and Britain for their country's unwavering support on Wednesday. He said that Israel would, however, reach its own decisions when it comes to its security. Israel's air and ground offensive in Gaza has killed almost 34,000 Palestinians. After Netanyahu, British Foreign Secretary David Cameron met Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Mustafa in Ramallah. They discussed the importance of humanitarian relief efforts in the Gaza Strip and the need to stop the violence by settlers in the West Bank. Jordan's Foreign Minister Ayman Safadi said an Israeli retaliation against Iranian strikes could bring a real risk of dragging the whole region into a devastating war. In an interview released by state media, he said Jordan was lobbying major powers against a retaliation that would have far-reaching consequences. Qatari Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani talks on a Gaza ceasefire and release of hostages, he said, were at a delicate phase. Qatar's premier condemned what he described as the policy of collective punishment still followed by Israel.
We have seen that there has been an abuse of this mediation and an abuse of this mediation in favor of narrow political interests. This means that the state of Qatar has called for a comprehensive evaluation of this role. We are now at this stage to evaluate mediation and also evaluate how the parties engage in this mediation.
European leaders decided to step up sanctions against Iran after Tehran's missile and drone attack on Israel. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz said it was important that Israel does not respond with a massive attack of its own.
We condemn this attack launched by Iran against Israel. We have decided to put in place sanctions against Iran. This is a clear signal that we want to send. And we also want to do everything to protect the civilians. Each civilian life matters. We call on the release without any conditions of all hostages. We call on a ceasefire, an immediate ceasefire.
For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.